Multi-state outbreak of Cyclospora is putting health officials on alert here with 19 cases reported here in Arizona. It's gone up just a little bit. The parasite is often linked to contaminated fresh produce. It can cause days, even weeks of severe stomach issues. So joining us now to break it down, what you need to know, including the symptoms, what to watch out for, who's most at risk, how to protect yourself. We've got so many questions. We've got Dr. Suzanne Templer here, an infectious disease specialist with HonorHealth. A lot of folks are very concerned about this. We saw those numbers here in Arizona tick up just a little bit. It doesn't seem like that many cases right now, but what are you guys expecting with this parasite?
Sure. So this parasite actually has a seasonality, and so every summer we see the cases tick up. It can be from contaminated food or water, and so especially as people go to water parks as it gets warmer, if there's a sick child that goes in the pool, then other people swallow the water, then they can also get it. But it's also really common because a lot of the fruits and vegetables that are seasonal are around at this time of the year. So things like raspberries, lettuces, cilantro, and basil have all been linked to outbreaks. And so the important thing is really that you're washing everything really well or cooking it thoroughly, because those are really the two best ways to prevent getting this parasite. Can
you just use water when you're washing your produce? Is that going to be enough to wash this thing away?
Yes, but you do have to recognize that things that have like a lot of crevices, like raspberries and stuff, can be really hard to decontaminate no matter how much water you put on them.
So this isn't, and if you guys see this every year, this necessarily isn't something brand new. You guys see it every year?
Yes.
Okay.
But what I will say is that as we've been getting produce from different countries and different areas, that we've been seeing increasing numbers of outbreaks from fresh produce over the years.
So if somebody has this, how do they know that they have it? Unless they're just sitting at home miserable. How do you know? You're going to have to go to your doctor and get tested for this thing?
Yeah, and it's a very specific type of stool test. It's not on the regular stool test that you would order.
Oh, this sounds just great.
But what I will say is, because everyone's kind of on high alert, that you will be tested for it. And there is an antibiotic that you can get and take for a little more than a week that will help with the symptoms. And one of the biggest issues with this is that the diarrhea may come, but then it might leave and come back again. So you think that you've been reinfected when in reality it's just the same infection. So this can happen for a month or more.
So you can have it. You think you're feeling better.
Yes.
And then it just comes back
Yes. Oh. And that's why it's important to go to the doctor and get tested to make sure that you get the right treatment.
And so there is, I mean, that's good to know that there is a treatment out there for you. Yes. There is an antibiotic. How fast does that work? Because I know folks, you'd want that to work really fast.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work super fast. You have to take the antibiotic for 7 to 10 days, but at least the severity of it should start decreasing in a couple days.
And this isn't passed person to person?
No, and you can't give it or get it from your pets either.
Okay.
But yes, it is really just from food or water that's contaminated.
What should you, other than water, is there anything that you could wash your produce with that would help, you know? We were talking about that in my house. We're like, could I wash it with baking soda? I mean, like literally we're going through everything because we don't want to get it.
Right. So unfortunately, this particular parasite is actually resistant to chlorine. And so that's why you can get it from pools, or other things that might have like chlorinated bleach or other stuff doesn't really work. And so the really only thing that kills this is cooking whatever the food item is to greater than 158 degrees Fahrenheit. Microwaving may not work, freezing won't work. It's really cooking it to a high temperature.
Well, this sucker just wants to hold on.
Yes.
Okay, doctor. We may have to have you back here to talk more about this. Good stuff, though. Yeah. At least there is an antibiotic. There's a pill to help you out. That's some good news there. Thanks, doctor. Good information.
Thank you.